Hello! You are listening to my first podcast, a magical world of sounds made just for you and your grown-ups to enjoy together. I'm Lucy. How are you today? In my first podcast, we learn about sounds and the words that go with them. There are so many sounds that we hear every day. Thumps, splashes, dings, and creaks. Tickling in your ear sounds, and crashing far too noisy sounds. Each day is filled with wonderful sounds. And of course, we can make sounds ourselves too. Did you hear that? I'm making a hooting sound like an owl by blowing air into my hands. Can you try making a sound too? Maybe your grown-ups can show you. It's time for our sound adventure. But before we can start our adventure, we need our magical bag of sounds. Where are you, bag of sounds? Ah, there you are. This bag is full of exciting sounds for today's adventure. I wonder what's inside. Let's open the bag and take a little listen. The sounds are all dancing around. It's quite noisy. Can you hear some of them? That's a guitar, a musical instrument. I wonder if the guitar will be in our adventure today. Let's see as we close the zip and mix them up nicely. Let's dive into our bag of sound and see what treasures can be found. A banging drum, a sudden shout. Let's open up and let them out. That sounds familiar. Do you know what it is? You play with this at school or on the beach. It's the sound of digging in the sand. Now on to sound number 2. I wonder which sound will pop out next. Oh, do you know what this is? It's something that floats on water. That's right, it's a boat, blowing its horn. A boat is a big vehicle that goes in the water. Boats sail across rivers, lakes and seas. Thank you, Magic Bag, for giving us 2 sounds for today's adventure. Digging in the sand and a boat blowing its horn. Now we only need one more sound to start our adventure. And this sound will tell us where our adventure takes place. It could be outside or inside. We could be on a big grassy field or in a cafe. Where will our sound adventure be? Let's open the bag one more time. It sounds like we're near the water. I can hear waves gently crashing and birds calling. We're at the beach! So for today's adventure, we are at the beach with the sound of digging sand and a boat blowing its horn. And this is Ellie. Hi, Ellie. Ellie is visiting the beach with her dad. She brings her bucket and spade to build a sandcastle. I wonder when our sounds will pop up. Listen out for the sand and the boat. Here we go. Ellie and her dad are at the beach. Seagulls fly overhead. They squawk. Ellie and her dad dig in the sand. Ellie fills her bucket with sand. Ellie flips her bucket over. She makes a perfect sandcastle. A boat drifts by. It honks its horn. The boat honks its horn again. It must like Ellie's sandcastle. Good job, Ellie. Ellie had so much fun building sandcastles at the beach. Now, let's listen again and see if you can spot the sand and the boat. Shout out loud when you hear them. That's the sand. Digging in the sand. That's the boat honking its horn. The boat horn again. Did you spot our sounds too? Great job! What a fun adventure we had at the beach. Now it's time for us to put our sounds back in the bag. Bye sand, bye boat. I hope we hear from you again soon. They're all safely back in the bag, ready for the next adventure. Before we go, let's sing our sound adventure song. Every day we're learning new sounds. Listen out to hear what we found. Long ones and shorter ones, beeps and blurps. ones, lower ones, taps and chirps. Inside or outside, we hear them all. We love to hear sounds big and small. Listen close to what we have heard. For every sound we learn a new word. Quiet ones, noisy ones, whistles and clangs. Booming and whispering, crashes and bangs. Our sound adventure has just begun. Let's listen and learn, everyone. Thanks for joining me on our sound journey today. Hi grown-ups. If you enjoyed the show, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts for more great episodes. We love to hear what you think, so please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really helps more people find our podcast. Thanks for listening to my first podcast. Till next time.